Hey everybody, we are back in Beacon and we have to do about a 4-mile run to finish out our 15-mile week this week as we just build the base, getting ready for the training block for the New York City half marathon. And it's snowing today, so we got to go for a run. And then I do want to do some updates on the Apple Watch Series 7. I had made an original video on the Apple Watch Series 7 just from, the first week or so that it came out. What I thought about it. It had a lot of details on the GPS accuracy. I went a little bit into the heart rate, things like that, things I liked, things I didn't like, but I just do want to do a quick update after the run today, just bullet points on pros and cons, things that I'm finding now with much more use or time with the watch. So we'll do that after our run today, and let's just jump right into it.
Not too bad. It's not too bad or windy up here, surprisingly. Got my trail shoes on so I don't slip. The Hoka Speed Goat 4 just worked really well on the wet pavement. I can feel every single lug coming off the ground, just with that almost like a sticky, like as it comes off and I push off the ground. So it's a good choice for the snow if you haven't tried a pair of trail shoes and you're somewhere where it's snowy, even on the road. It's just a good way to avoid slipping and get better traction. But all right, we're all done. Let's go inside.
Okay, glad we got that done. It was a little cold today, but overall it went very well. It was around a 9:20 pace for the overall run. I'll post everything here right now on your screen to see, but like I said, it was a little bit quicker, just felt good. I think I was trying to get out of the cold maybe, but my heart rate was pretty low and I'm just seeing some of my fitness come back, I think, as far as just getting past that fatigue from the New York City Marathon. Now everything is feeling much more smooth. Everything feels more effortless when I'm getting to a quicker pace. It's not like I'm trying to go a quicker pace. This is just what I'm naturally running. You can see my heart rate still in the 140s. So it's a very casual, easy run, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But my legs, are just doing that automatically. It's not like I'm putting any extra effort into it. So good signs. I think we're, really kind of fully recovered from the New York City Marathon and that effort. And now we can really just, like I said, build the base mileage here, try and do it in a healthy way so I don't have any more issues with my ankle. And then we'll get into the training block for the New York City Half Marathon very soon. Now, I mentioned I wanted to give you some updates on the Apple Watch Series 7, what I think about it, after more use with the watch, more experience with the watch. And what I'm going to do is really just break it down into pros and cons. So the first thing that I'm really continuing to enjoy about this watch is the comfort. The comfort of this watch is just top notch. When paired with a nylon strap, without a doubt, this is the most comfortable Apple Watch band that I've ever worn. It's not abrasive at all. If you rub it against, skin, other clothing, it's just super comfortable. And, overall, it just makes the watch, really nice to have on your wrist. Now, part of the reason that I think it, again, just feels so good is it's so light. When you compare it to my Garmin Fenix series watch here, it's just night and day. I mean, this feels so much heavier to me when I've been wearing this for a while. It feels like nothing's there. It's super light. The Apple Watch overall, you know, with the weight and the comfort, is just a really nice thing to have, and it performs well enough that, you know, the comfort and the weight of it is something to really talk about, and it's a real positive for the Apple Watch. The next thing that I continue to appreciate about the watch, and this isn't something that's new, I talked about the GPS in great detail, comparing it to my Garmin Fenix watch on the same run, wearing one on each wrist. So as I continue to run with this watch, as I continue to use it, I do find that it's suitable for runners. It's very accurate when it comes to the GPS, and you know, just the quality of the map that you get post-run is top-notch. There's nothing that I can complain about. It does in fact give you an accurate GPS path throughout the run, and that's something that I continue to really appreciate if I do choose to use this watch to go out for a run on any given day. The next thing is not necessarily something that's focused for the runner, but then again, if you were totally focused 100% on the running capabilities of a watch, you probably aren't going to side with the Apple Watch. You're probably going to choose the Apple Watch because you're interested in some of the other compatibility elements that it has with your iPhone. And the user interface for me has really just been a really nice feature of this watch. The way that it works so seamlessly with an iPhone, which obviously you're going to have if you're using the Apple Watch, is just second to none. The watch faces are really nice. The size of the watch face has, you know, gotten a little bit bigger, and it's just so clear and, you know, visually pleasing to look at. And just the simplicity of having the couple buttons and the crown, they really do a good job always at Apple at just making things simple to use, easy to function, and you know, that's no different here with the Apple Watch. So the overall compatibility and things with your phone is a factor even as a runner, because again, you're choosing this watch as a kind of do-it-all package, whereas something like the Garmin watch, you know, it'll beep if you get a text or something like that on your phone. You can't respond, whereas on the Apple Watch here, I can actually start to text now with full keyboard. It matters. The user interface is, you know, high quality and a really good experience for me. The next thing I'll mention is we're just kind of moving out of the pluses and some of the things that I still do like about the watch, and we're kind of sitting in the middle now. This one is the battery life. The battery life is both good and bad. I didn't really know if I could go for something like a 20-mile long run. I didn't know that this would be a watch that you actually could use for a marathon, and it surprised me. I was able to go on a 19th-mile run, like I said, which is the longest that I happened to take this watch on myself. I think I had something like 40-something% when I finished the run. So it's fully capable of getting what you need out of it, as long as you're not, you know, running ultra marathons and things like that. The battery life is not comparable to something like a Garmin watch or Coros or Polar or any of those other companies out there that last days and days and days, even with GPS. But it's substantial. It's good enough for a runner to go out on a run. It charges quickly, so you can use it the rest of the day after you take a shower. I did have someone in the comments who mentioned they took it on a 50-kilometer race and it worked just fine for them. So there you go. I mean, that's someone else. That wasn't me personally, but it can get the job done. It can do what it needs to do. You just have to always have the charger available so you can get an extra, you know, charge throughout the day. But that's what it is. The battery's good enough for running, not as good compared to some of the other companies out there. Now we're going to get into the negatives. If any of these are on the list of things you must have in your watch, then I would avoid the Apple Watch, honestly, if you hear anything in this upcoming list. The first thing is there's no ability to upload any kind of workouts to the watch and have them play out while you're, say, on a track or out on the road. This was again something that was brought to my attention in the comments. It's not something that I personally use on the Garmin watch, so I hadn't even really thought about it myself. But someone did bring to my attention that you can't upload workouts to the watch and then let them kind of run through and give you notifications when you need to change. There's just no ability to upload those workouts to the Apple Watch and then let them notify you and play out that workout session for you while you're out on your run. The next thing is sort of along the same lines, but just a little bit simpler, but something that I personally did run into and have an issue with. The Apple Watch is not good at doing track sessions at all. It just doesn't have a good interface for marking laps. You can actually hit both the crown and the side button together to like mark or bookmark a point in the workout session, and you can review it afterwards, and it does allow you to see, where you or how far you went in that interval, how fast you're going, and so on. but it's just not as well designed or not as designed for runners as something like, again, a Garmin, Polar, Sunto, any of those other watches that have a simple lap function. I also, again, kind of a 2B. I just don't like the overall face of the Apple Watch. Again, it's perfectly fine. Not the face of the watch for as far as like telling time, but the watch face while you're working out or going for an outdoor run. It's fine. It has some details on there. It doesn't do a good job at telling me my current lap pace or my current pace overall. It tends to do like a rolling mile pace, so you can see how fast you've been going over the last mile. But I do miss some of the other options and customizable, faces that you can do even while running on my Garmin. So that's just something that, again, has been a little bit annoying for me if I'm going for more specific workouts and not just heading out for a run and casually going for distance or time and not really looking at the details, while I'm actually running. So that's all that I really have to say negative about the Apple Watch as far as using it for a running tool. It really just comes down to the lack of ability to customize workouts, pre-program workouts, customize the workout face while you're running, and get some more accurate and detailed pace information, during your run. It's just not built for, again, a workout type of watch, a track type of watch. It's built to go out and just go for a run, but it doesn't get you information down to the last 200 meters, the 400-meter intervals, track paces, lap times. All those things just really aren't built into the watch very well, and it doesn't seem like it's designed to do that. So that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching, everybody. One thing that I think would be really great to do, because we're in between that Black Friday and Cyber Monday week, put down in the comments some of the good deals you found for running gear. Share it with everybody else who's watching. Let them know what you found, and maybe that'll help somebody get a good sale that they just haven't come across on their own. But with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please do consider subscribing down below. Definitely hit the like button if you've made it this far, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.